mujahideen. Grant us, Ya Allah, the eyes to see your light, and show us, Ya Allah, what is wrong and what is right, as we walk along your path. Sirat al-Mustaqim, Sirat al-Mustaqim. Give me, Ya Allah, give me iman and victory. Give me, Ya Allah, give me strength to set us free as we struggle on your path. Mujahideen. Help us, Ya Allah, spread this blessed deen, and help us, Ya Allah, help the Muslimin, and help us, Ya Allah, overcome the mushrikeen. Give me, Ya Allah, give me iman and victory. Give me, Ya Allah, give me strength to set us free as we struggle on your path. Mujahideen. Make us, Ya Allah, fighters for your deen, and make us, Ya Allah, forever mu'mineen, and do this, Ya Allah, despite the kafirin. Give me, Ya Allah, give me iman and victory. Give me, Ya Allah, give me strength to set us free as we struggle on your path. Mujahideen. Give me, Ya Allah, give me iman and victory. Give me, Ya Allah, give me strength to set us free as we struggle on your path. Mujahideen.
Today we're going to look at the page about the pillars of Islam. Pillars or basic foundations of the religion, basic belief and the things to do to be a true Muslim. The pillars we're using here is in a sense where the pillars hold up the building. You start taking the pillars away, one at a time, you're going to make the building unstable. And by the time you get done with removing the second or the third, the building will be non-existent. So in order to hold up the religion and maintain the religion and all your basic beliefs, those are called the pillars of Islam, and they must be maintained in order to be a true and a good Muslim. Pillars of Islam, basic foundation, beliefs and things to do to be a true Muslim. There are five pillars of Islam. Number one, Tawheed, Wahdaniyat, Tawheed, oneness of Allah. No one is to be worshipped but Allah. He has no partner and no one is equal to Him. Have you ever heard of a country having two presidents? Or a company having two managers? No. Because if there were two presidents of a country or two managers in a company, I mean the top boss, sooner or later they were bound to disagree with each other upon something. Employees will suffer and the company will be totally in chaos. The country will be divided and the company will go bankrupt. Talk about running this whole universe. All the sun, the moon, stars, and Allah's creations, everything in the heavens and everything on the earth and around us. He is governing everything. He is running everything alone, without a partner, without interference, and without suggestion from anyone. Because He is perfect, He doesn't need any suggestion anyway. Let's go down the page and look number 2. Number 2, Salat or Namaz. Praying 5 times a day. Praying 5 times a day. There is no exception or excuse from any namaz from age 7 years till death. Allah's main reason for creating us is to worship Him. Main reason for creating the Jannat is for them to worship Allah. And the main reason for creating the angels for Allah is to worship Him. So everything He created, the animals, the trees, the people, the jinn, the angels, they are all created for one reason: to worship Him and obey Him. For us human beings, the second thing is the Salat. If you don't believe in Tawheed or the oneness of Allah, no use going down the page anyway. We can just stop right here, and you're not a Muslim to start with. But now that we have, the second one is the Namaz. In one day, how many times do you eat and drink? Most of us can't even count. But when it comes to the Namaz, we're tired, we're lazy, we're busy, we don't want to do it. Just because Allah is not in front of us right now to ask us, hey, you did not do the namaz, you're going to spend 83 years in fire. We don't worry about that. That is later to come, so we'll see when the time gets here. No, this is the test we're going through. Whoever comes with success on this test, where he prays by just believing in Allah that He's going to meet him one day, that is the main idea. Worshipping 5 times a day is a must for every Muslim of 7 years or older. It was a gift from Allah to Muhammad ﷺ to take back to his nation on the night of his journey to heavens, to bring people closer to Allah. And also, you have to remember one thing. This is the connection between you and the Creator. You and your Maker. If you give up that connection, you got nothing to live for. So the namaz is the second pillar of Islam. The third one is Saum, Roza, or fasting. They all mean the same. Number 3, Saum, fasting during the days of the month of Ramadan. Fasting for the full month of Ramadan is a must for everyone over the age of 10. Must for everyone over the age of 10 years old. That includes everyone. Fasting, in a way, is a training for discipline, training for bad times, and the test of the strength of faith. Discipline in a sense that you don't start eating before it's time to eat. You put the food in front of you and you wait. You wait till it's time to eat. You look at the clock again and again, and you wait till it's time to eat, and that's when you begin eating. Why don't you just eat before it's time? It is the test of your faith. How firmly you believe that Allah is watching you, and you don't want to eat before it's time to do that. You don't want to take a drink when you go in the bathroom during the day. Nobody's watching. But remember, Allah is watching you through your own eyes. And the two angels that you have with you, they are noting down everything anyway. And it's between you and Allah. The reward for the fasting, Allah has not told us how much the reward for the fasting is. He has kept it to Himself. So it all depends on the kind of fast that you had, how much effort you had to put into it, and what intensity and what strength of faith was involved in it. Also, it's a training for the bad times. See, all day you're real hungry. In summertime when the fasting comes, it's about 17 and a half hours. Fasting time I'm talking about, where you no eat, no drink, and that's in the month of June and July. Of course, when the fasting falls in the winter time, they're short days. They're not as cumbersome on everybody. So, what Rosa does, it gives you strength in the faith, and also the bodily and the spiritually cleaning. Let me tell you a small story. Two guys, a very thin guy, not too much interested in food, and a really fat guy, really interested in food. They both get into trouble somewhere back in Persia, and they end up in jail for one night. One night doesn't seem to be much time, but come morning when they go to get them out, the thin man is alive, the fat man is dead. Now you ask me why. The fat man just died of thinking that, oh, he's not going to have food to eat for the next 8 hours, or he hasn't had food to eat for the last 8 hours, he passed away. And the thin man, he never even cared about the food. He just ate very seldomly and, just a little bit here and there. And he just thought to himself, wow, hey, one night I can make it, it's no problem. So it's a training for Muslims. The fasting is training for the Muslims for the bad times. In case you can't get food or water, you can always think, hey, I used to fast 18 hours a day, 10 hours a day. I can go without any trouble. So that is the main essence of the fasting. Number 4 is zakat. Zakat. Charity to Allah. Charity to Allah. Money or things can be given to poor Muslims, can also be given to Muslim clergy, which is religious people, and any poor Muslim, students, or per se, any poor Muslim. Now, zakat is the right of the poor people over the money of the rich, or the more fortunate. What you do is a show of faith when you pay a certain amount, not all of it, but a certain amount over your savings to the poor people. Like I said, it can be given to religious people. It cannot be given for the masjid construction or a school construction or a parking lot construction or the maintenance of a Muslim school. No. Just for the use by the poor Muslims. That's the way it should be. Also, the money that you give in the way of Allah, where did that come from? It came from Allah, and He's not asking all of it back. A certain percentage of what you have saved. It shouldn't be that difficult at all.